Ever wondered why you feel so drastically different at various times of the month? This was a mystery to me for years before I discovered something life-changing: cycle syncing. For the longest time, my understanding of my menstrual cycle was basic. Obviously, knowing about bleeding and ovulation and all this basic stuff, but beyond that, I was in the dark. I started to notice patterns. My energy levels, cravings, and even my sex drive fluctuated during the month. Yet I couldn't connect the dots. Cycle syncing isn't just about periods. It's about deeply understanding the whole menstrual cycle and how it affects all aspects of our lives, from our physical well-being to our mental state. If you have not heard about it before, here is a simple explanation what cycle syncing is. Our menstrual cycle is divided in 4 different phases. The first one, being menstrual phase, begins the new cycle with the first day of period bleeding, lasting 3 to 7 days. Following the end of bleeding, follicular phase. Follicular phase is underway as the ovaries are preparing a follicle with an egg inside to release at ovulation. Estrogen is on the rise during this phase and is the dominant hormone. Ovulatory phase is considered part of the follicular phase when ovulation occurs, releasing the unfertilized egg from the follicle into the fallopian tubes. Luteal phase comes after the ovulation, when progesterone becomes the dominant hormone for a good portion of the phase. During the menstrual phase, hormone levels and energy are at their lowest. It's a time for your body to rest and rejuvenate. Think about engaging in restorative workouts with slow movements, or simply allow yourself to rest fully without any exercise. Example, you might spend an evening with a warm cup of tea and a good book, or practice some light yoga poses that help ease menstrual discomfort. During the follicular phase, estrogen levels rise, so do your energy and motivation. This phase is perfect for more intensive workouts, social activities, and embracing a new creative projects. Example, try a new fitness class that challenges you, start brainstorming a new project, or plan a get-together with friends. During the ovulatory phase, many experience a peak in energy. It's an excellent time for high-intensity workouts if you feel up to it. It's also a great period of important conversations or presentations, as your communication skills might be heightened. Example, engage in activities like running, cycling, or high-energy dance class. It's also a good time to tackle demanding tasks at work or home. During the luteal phase, rising progesterone can lead to fatigue, bloating, and mood swings. Gentle exercises are more suitable now. This is a time for self-care and taking things slower. Example, opt for a brisk walk, light swimming, or Pilates. It's also a good period to engage in activities that promote relaxation and emotional well-being, like journaling or meditation. Like many, I was navigating through each phase of my cycle unaware of how it impacted my whole life. Pushing through fatigue or ignoring my body's cues was normal. Have you ever felt out of sync with your body, pushing through when you really needed to rest? In a society that often values constant productivity, listening to our bodies can seem like a luxury we can't afford. But what if it's essential? This realization led me to a practice that not only brought me closer to my body, but also taught me to harmonize my lifestyle with my natural rhythms. As my yoga practice deepened, I found a profound connection between my body's sensations, my mind's movements, and my menstrual cycle. I began to track the shifts within my body, energy levels, moods, cravings, and I noticed how they aligned with different phases of my cycle. Attuning to my body's messages transformed my approach. I learned to rest when fatigue whispered, to embrace high energy workouts when my vitality peaked, and to satisfy my cravings as clues to what my body needed nutritionally. Nutrition. Nutritionally. It was like a veil was lifted, revealing how my hormonal changes influenced every aspect of my being. Recognizing these fluctuations brought a new rhythm to my life, one that harmonized with the natural cycle of my body. Adopting my lifestyle to these cycles wasn't just enlightening, it was life-changing. The days of pushing myself too hard became a memory. I gained an intimate understanding and respect to these phases, learning to flow with them, not against them. Admittedly, I still sometimes fall into the trap of prioritizing achievement and productivity, and it can be challenging to constantly honor our body's natural flow. However, the key lies in cultivating awareness and embracing the learning process at every step. Each moment of struggle is an opportunity for deeper understanding and self-growth. Recognizing this journey as a continuous path of learning helps me to realign with my body's needs and rhythms more compassionately and effectively. Have you ever considered how these phases of your menstrual cycle might be influencing your daily life? Imagine the harmony you could discover by syncing your lifestyle to your body's natural rhythms. In the pursuit of progress, society has often overlooked the importance of being in tune with our bodies and emotions. The standard full-time work model, constant across every day of the month, rarely takes into account the unique physiological experience of women. While striving for gender equality is commendable, true equality goes beyond by treating everyone the same. It involves recognizing and respecting the distinct natural cycle of women. Our society needs to evolve, not only to acknowledge, but also thoughtfully accommodate these cycles, creating an environment where women can thrive in sync with their natural cycles. I want to highlight that feeling tired, being unable to do certain things, or craving specific foods are all part of the cycle. Pushing ourselves to the brink of burnout or illness is unnecessary and unhealthy. This realization hit me personally during my intense Ashtanga practice. Despite what my body was telling me, I practiced with unwearying dedication from Monday to Saturday. Yeah, my body became extremely strong and flexible, but at what cost? I was overexerting myself, leading to burnout. This experience was a wake-up call. I had to accept that level of physical strain was too much for my body and not conducive to the natural cycles it goes through. And the practice is designed for men, by the way. But that's something many teachers don't consider. But that's another story for another day. As I shift my lifestyle away from this rigid practice, I faced challenges. It was difficult to accept that this level of intensity was not right for me, despite my deep love for the practice. However, this journey taught me a valuable lesson. There are more kinder and gentle paths to spiritual enlightenment. I've learned to embrace practices that are better suited for my body's needs, offering me a sense of peace and wellness that aligns with my natural rhythms. Very simple and powerful practices, like being outside in nature, are far beyond my favorite things to do. Immediately when I step into nature, looking up the sky, feeling the sun rays on my skin, wind blowing through my hair, and the water supporting my body as I flow with it. Feeling the earth and rocks under my feet, listening to birds and other sounds from nature singing into my ears. I feel instantly connected to the bigger picture, and I arrive to the here and now. No need to push myself 1.5 hours into different extreme postures, but to just simply step outside into nature and immerse myself with the best teacher of them all. In our journey to understand ourselves better, embracing the natural cycles of our bodies isn't just empowering, it's essential. I invite you to join me in this exploration, to learn more how cycle syncing can change the way you experience life.